Hello, one and all, this is SharnOfTheDEAD, here with Bloodborne, the first essential game of new gen. If you haven't got a PS4, I suggest you go out and buy one, and buy Bloodborne. If you haven't bought Bloodborne already, either it might not be for you, or if you've can't afford it, I'd say sell whatever you have and buy it straight away, because it's absolutely brilliant. I'm really enjoying this game. I'm still playing it, so this is a review in progress. So I am still learning more about the game. There's so many secrets. It doesn't give its secrets very easily. In fact, a lot of this game you need to discover for yourself. It doesn't hold your hand. It doesn't tell you how to play it. It is difficult in that respect. It took me a while to figure out how to just level up, which is something in itself. It doesn't. There's no tutorial. It doesn't say, "Hey, buddy, this is how you play our game." Like nearly every other video game these days. I mean, if you've played an FPS recently, you've most likely played a tutorial that tells you how to shoot. We know how to shoot. This has been so many FPSs, but I don't know. It's about time we got a game like this that just says, "Here you go. Good luck. See what you can do." And that's Bloodborne. And that's what the Souls games have been all about. Bloodborne is a little bit different to Dark Souls. Instead of getting souls, you get echoes, which I still call souls for some reason. But you get blood echoes, which you use to level up your character, weapons, and buy equipment. There's also a mechanic called insight. The more insight you have, the weirder and crazier things get. It's also a very challenging game when it comes to boss fights. And these things are scary looking as well. I was playing this game and there's certain points where I was like, you know what, I don't want to go in that area. I was intimidated. And the fights in these games that provide you with various emotions: fear, you get adrenaline, thrills, excitement, anguish, pain, sadness. Sometimes they offer you all that, and I've got to say the fights are so dynamic. The way the enemies move, the way you have to understand their attacks, and the way you can fight certain enemies. You can set your blade on fire, or use petrol bombs, or the variety of weapons you have. And the weapons have like two functions. You can like say if you've got a whip blade, and turn it into a cane, have it into a whip for aerial, so you can have a wider range of attacks. There's a lot to this game, and as I said before, you've got to learn. You just have to learn how to play it. I found myself sometimes using Google to try and figure out certain moves. The strategy guide isn't even available yet. They really want people to try and figure out as much as they can out for themselves. And it's great because this game has so much depth to it that, on the surface it looks quite simple, but when you look deeper to it, there's so much going on. So many secrets to uncover, and the way, you don't know you're walking to a boss fight unless you read the notes on the floor. There's a great community here. Blesses with blood is one of the most common ones. I think that's the new praise for Sun. There's also enemy ahead, or there's some treasure ahead, or some guy might just tell you, direct you to fall off a cliff. It's all sorts. But I gotta say, I've really been enjoying this game. I haven't enjoyed a game this long. I think it's the highest rated PS4 game since Resogun, which that's when it released. And the PS4 exclusives have been touch and go. They've been average, but none of them have been like, this is what you bought a PS4 for. Bloodborne is that, and I've got to say I've been enjoying this from start to finish. I'm still playing. I think I've put about 20-30 hours in it. I've been playing from dawn till dusk, and then dusk till dawn. I've been drinking a lot of energy drinks to keep playing this game. The music in this game is also absolutely epic, just like the boss fights. The visuals as well, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, when you just look at the monsters and the way the bits of, I don't know, like fur, is it? I'm not too sure what it is, but they flap around as they move, and the way your clothes move, and you look like a badass. You feel like a badass as well, because where in Dark Souls you spent much of the time hiding behind a shield and just being like a tortoise, just poking out every now and then to deliver some damage. Here, no shield. You have to dodge around, get stuck in, hack and slash, roll out, regenerate health, maybe try a different tactic with a petrol bomb or something. You really have to think about what you're doing, and I love it. It provides a good challenge. It's a fun game. Some people say it's not as hard. It depends. It's as hard as you make it for yourself. If you aren't concentrating and you are just running around being a bit of a pillock, you will die. You will get killed, because you really have to think about what you're doing. It's not a brainless masher. It's not a button masher at any extent. You have a stamina bar that you have to keep an eye on. So once you run out of stamina, you need to back away and recharge. You only have to heal yourselves so many times due to the blood vials. There's also a mechanic called insight. The more insight you have, the weirder things get in the game world. You start seeing other enemies where they aren't normal. Also, there is co-op. You can play with a friend, although it's a little bit complicated at first. After a while, we figured out you have to set a password. So then, if you and a friend have a password the same, you can join each other's worlds. However, the frame rate takes a tumble when it comes to co-op, which is extremely annoying. There's stuttering issues and things like that, which I hope get fixed. They need to fix that, else it's not going to do so well. And I would like it if they made it a little bit more easier to get into a co-op game. But still, it's there. It worked. And on day one, most games can't even pull off multiplayer. So it's kind of like there's very few issues, and the only main issues I've had is frame rate. And that's about it. Loading screens have been debated for a while because they are a little bit long, but for me it gives me a chance to calm down, take a drink, swig of my drink, and just think, right, where did I go wrong, and let's figure this out, because it doesn't throw you straight back into the action in an instant. And whereas I think sometimes that can really put you off, Hotline Miami 2, as soon as you started you'd die and you'd just get even angrier, whereas in this, it gives you a little bit of time to compose yourself. But yes, Bloodborne, just go out and buy it. Honestly, give it a go, or share play it. Share play it with a friend if you're not too sure. God, it's amazing that you can do that. Anyway, I'm SharnOfTheDEAD. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Keep calm and Bloodborne.